FPL final team selection decisions. It's FPL launch day, it's deadline day, it's the one you've all been waiting for. So in today's video, we'll be going through my current team selection, which is of course not locked in. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe, and let's get into it. What's up? It's FPL Vert, where arrows go green, and it's FPL launch day, and I couldn't be more excited. So if you're already subscribed, welcome back, and if you're new around here, why don't you just hit that subscribe button, because we do have 5 top 100k finishes in the last 9 seasons, and of course last 2 years ago I finished 389th in the world, and I followed that up with a 25k rank last season. So that has me ranked 1218th over the last 2 years, so we're going to try and get back into the top 10k this year for sure. So if you're new around here, definitely hit that subscribe button, and of course I do now qualify for the FPL Focal Expert series as well. So I'm not sure if you watch FPL Focal, but he does an expert series, so you may have seen me in the credits if you watched that video. Maybe you go check out after this as well. But yeah, just a little bit of background on me. Let's get into the team, but before that, let me just answer a few questions that I keep getting asked as well. So before the team selection, I thought I'd just answer a few frequently asked questions I keep getting over all the platforms. So I appreciate all the questions that come in. Thank you guys. And I'm hoping to start streaming at some point as well. But on Salah versus Haaland, I guess this comes down to how you want to play the game. So the first part is, are you in a competitive mini league or are you in a fun fit mini league? If you're in a fun mini league and it doesn't really matter, there's not too much bragging rights going around, maybe it's like with your dad or your brothers, it's just a bit of fun over the season, then you can do whatever you want. But if you're in a competitive league and you know that there's going to be engaged managers throughout the year, you want to get off to the best possible start. How do you get off to the best possible start? You take as little risk as possible. Of course, you can have a bit of fun picks. Of course, I have some fun picks as well. But for the most part, you want to be picking players that you know are going to play, and they're Prem proven as well. When it comes down to Prem proven assets, you can look no further than Mohamed Salah. He literally has broken the record twice for the most points in an FPL season. He's the reigning player of the season. He is playing for the champions. He's kicking off the league at home. He's not going away like Haaland is. Bournemouth have lost all their defenders, so it's pretty much Salah and Haaland or Salah and no Haaland. And for me, you can't really fit in both two teams. So personally, Haaland may be an option very soon, but I don't look at Haaland and think I need to captain him. I don't think he's a better captain than Salah in the first, let's say, 6 game week, and I'm looking to actually free hit that week as well. So very easy for me, Salah 100%. And also Salah will have the most ownership. He'll have over 100 effective ownership. If you want to know what effective ownership is, it's essentially the percentage of teams that are starting a player plus the amount who captain him. So let's say 50% of people own him. If all of them captain him, they're going to get 100% effective ownership, because of course if you captain someone, you get double their points. So players with a high effective ownership will hurt your overall rank if they return and you don't own them. Players with a low effective ownership will have a positive impact on your rank if they do well, and obviously they do some points. But in game week 1, when you're looking for guaranteed points, you're looking for risk-free captains, you can look no further than Salah. So there's only one captain for me. I'm not even going to do a captaincy ranking this week. It's literally Salah, and that's it. Haaland away to Wolves. Wolves away is not even a good fixture for City. Like, Wolves in general has not been a good fixture for City. It took a Kevin De Bruyne goal to win at home last year when they were in the race for top 4, 1-0, and then it was a very sketchy added time winner last year when City were actually good. Well, they were the reigning champions, right? So no, I don't think Wolves is a good fixture at all. Game week 1 essentials, I think across the positions, including Salah, it'll be a Forest defender, Palmer, because of the fixtures that Chelsea have up until December, and then Watkins, who, if you watch my video on the preseason form, he is easily the most informed player coming into the match week, game week 1. So those 3 for sure, and then you can pick around them. And how important is DEFCON? Of course, you always want to utilize the rules that are coming in. You don't want to just sit, you don't want to I'm not that inspired by DEFCON, if I'm being totally honest, but I do think you have to take advantage wherever possible. And someone like Bruno Fernandes is going to be in that category, because of course he's gonna have attacking returns, maybe not as many, because he's going to be playing a little bit deeper, but he's an all-action midfielder. And if you look through the stats, I'm sure you've seen people do many graphics. He tops DEFCON most of the time. In fact, last week he would have got DEFCON as well at home against Fiorentina. So that's where I stand on those rules. So into the team selection, and starting in goal, we are starting with Robert Sanchez of Chelsea. He is my favourite goalkeeper. I don't really see anyone else. I guess you could say Sells, but you'll see in my defence I'm going to have a Forest defender, and I'm not looking to double up on them at all. So given the fact that Robert Sanchez had a great Club World Cup, he started every game apart from the final group game, which doesn't really matter, I guess. So I think the Premier League, at least at the start, he should be fine for minutes, and if something happens, we will have Dubravka on the bench anyway. And Dubravka's of course a playing 4 million goalkeeper. I know he's got some doubts, but he's just going to be a backup. So that's where we stand with that. I don't really like anyone else. Kelleher, I guess, but we don't know how Brentford are going to play, given their best player, their captain, their coach, and possibly losing Wissa as well. So I'll steer clear of them and just go for Robert Sanchez and a Chelsea defence that had very good data, especially since the Easter break at the end of last season. And into the defence, and we have Diouf of West Ham. I saw him against Bournemouth in the pre-season, and I was moved. He's been my team since. His deliveries were incredible. He had a hand in both of the goals that West Ham scored. He assisted directly, and then he put in the ball that Bowen teed up for Fulkrug to score. So he won't be going anywhere, and he'll rotate nicely with Dorgu, the other left wing back in my team, especially with a view to play him in game week 3 when Manchester United host Burnley. So we'll be there. Yeah, and into the next defender, which of course this position is still up for debate, I would say, because Neco Williams of Nottingham Forest, I'm sure you would have heard about Forest, and you would have seen that Matt Sells shared the Golden Glove last year with David Raya, because of course they kept 14 clean sheets, I believe, so they were very top in that regard. I do expect them to regress a little bit, but for the opening fixtures they are there. The only issue with Neco Williams is that he may not be as nailed. Of course, they're linked with a few fullbacks. They're going to be playing Conference League, so they're going to be playing Europa League. Crystal Palace will be playing Conference League because Nottingham Forest actually snaked them. But that's another day. And I just think maybe the centre backs is probably a bit more nailed in terms of minutes. So maybe this position is definitely up for grabs, but there's only one reason why I've got Neco Williams at the moment, and that's because of the 0.5 savings that allows someone else in the midfield that you'll see. But yeah, so this position is definitely up for discussion. But one position that isn't up for discussion is Pedro Porro. Like with Diouf, I was watching the Super Cup on Wednesday, and I was just moved by watching Pedro Porro. I don't really care too much about how many DEFCON points he's going to get. You know that he's going to be an attacking threat, as he is always. He actually scored for me in Game Week 1 last year on my way to Leicester, and now he's hosting Burnley, so 2 promoted teams for the Spurs in successive years. That's nice for them, I guess. And with Maddison out, I think he's just going to be taking set pieces. I know there's potential for Eze to join or someone else to join. I still want Porro regardless. So this is my starting 3, and yeah, they will rotate with Dorgu. I have checked the rotation already, and Esteve is basically the backup option. Next up, it is the king. It is the reigning player of the season. It's my only captain choice for Game Week 1, and it is Mohamed Salah. He's home to Bournemouth. Yes, he put in a stinker on Sunday. Yes, he missed a penalty. Yes, he missed another penalty in pre-season as well. It doesn't matter to me. Like, the Bournemouth at home, I think Anfield is just a place that you don't want to travel to right now. Not only have Liverpool won the league, they've gone big in the transfer market. The anticipation will be high. The stadium will be electric. And Bournemouth are not expected to do anything. And if anyone knows Mohamed Salah, he knows about getting his numbers up. So, very easy captain for me. Next pick is Bruno Fernandes, the DEFCON pick, basically. That's the only real reason he's here. Along with the side that he is a 90-minute man, he's on set pieces, he's on penalties, and Manchester United will be playing once a week this year. So they'll be looking to do a lot better than they did last year, of course. And Bruno just looks like a player that you can play him in the tough games because he's going to work a bit harder and reach a DEFCON total. And of course, he does have those moments in him. He scored that free kick against United, against Arsenal last year. He converts his penalties. He basically won the game for United away at City last year. You can play him in any game, and for me, he's the best captain in Game Week 3. So at the very minimum, I'll own him for the first 3 game weeks. I know some people don't see it. I only saw it on Sunday. To be fair, I was hating, but they played Fiorentina on Sunday. The game finished 1-1, and from a single assist, Bruno Fernandes likely would have ended with 9 or 10 points because he would have had 2 appearance points, 3 assist points, 2 DEFCON points, and then the bonus 2 to 3 bonus for obviously what he did in the game. So I think when someone requires such little to get a double-digit return, I think it's a very easy pick. Now, for the next pick, which is the 0.5 million saving I was talking about on Nico Williams, is Tijani Reinders, and I promise you it's not a Nigerian bias because his first name was inspired by a Nigerian player, even though they have no affiliation. Shout out Tijani Reinders' parents for that name, but I got swayed because I saw him score a brace, and it's as simple as that. You can call it a knee-jerk, but if a midfielder, a 5.5 million midfielder, has the capacity to not only score a brace, but he should have scored a hat-trick as well, that is very enticing to me. The only issue is obviously how is he going to play in the Premier League. Of course, Palermo are not a Premier League opposition, and we don't know how he's probably going to play deeper, especially with this Rodri news. So it might be better placed to get someone like Dewsbury Hall. But for now, Reinders is in the team, and well, he's got a Nigerian name, so that you can call it bias if you want, but that's true. Next up is Cole Palmer. So Cole Palmer, very interesting debate on him, I guess. He doesn't strike me as a captain for now, mainly because I did live through playing him against Southampton and Leicester last year, and he managed to somehow blank in both of those games. And it remains to be seen what positioning he's going to be, because sometimes he was quite deep last year, but as we saw in the cup final, the Club World Cup final against PSG, he's still got those moments in him. So definitely one to own from the start. He's a long-term hold. I don't see him coming out of my team anytime soon unless he gets injured or something. So very easy pick there. And his mate, Morgan Rogers, of course, they came up together in the academy at Manchester City, and they share the same celebration, but apparently Rogers did it first. But anyway, Rogers was in my team, and then he got injured, and then he was pictured training. So he's back in my team. I'm going to keep very close eye to any news that I see, but I do think Morgan Rogers is going to be locked in my team, mainly because Aston Villa's fixtures, especially across the opening 5, are the best. So very easy pick. I think Newcastle at home is probably the best fixture you can ask for outside of the promoted teams, given what's happened over the summer, given the fact that Isak is on strike, given the fact that Gordon is a risk, given the fact they don't really have a recognised striker, given the fact that they haven't actually won a single game in pre-season. I can go on. I think Aston Villa scored at least 2 goals in like the last 3 home games against Newcastle in the league, so very easy pick there. And up next is a contentious pick for sure. It's Joao Pedro. So a lot of people are questioning why I've got him in my team, privately as well, and that's, it's fair, because you can say Delap is providing a threat to his minutes, but I think it's as simple as Joao Pedro is the starter. Not only is he the starter, he's in incredible form. He's got the Midas touch at the moment. Every time he touches the pitch, he leads with a goal. He's got 5 goals in his last 4 games for Chelsea, right? That's including the Club World Cup when he joined in the quarterfinal, and then he started the semi-final, scored a brace, started the final, scored, played 2 pre-season games with Chelsea, scored in both of them. I think it's hard to overlook him. And at 7.5, it's a nice flexible structure, so we can maybe swap to Solanke if he's showing something. But he's not going anywhere. Joao Pedro is definitely locked in my team, I would say. And then finally, it's the most essential player in the team, I would say, outside of Salah. It's Ollie Watkins. He has scored in 5 straight games for Aston Villa during the pre-season. He is the most informed pre-season player. As I said, he's the most essential player for me, and it's a very easy pick. I think it's a very easy pick. And more importantly, at 9 million, he provides a very easy route to someone like Victor Gyökeres if we need to get there, or someone like Ekitike if he becomes an option as well. I think it's good to have flexible price structures in your team, so that's why the main spots up for contention are Nico Williams and Reinders, because if it's not Nico Williams and Reinders, it would be as Forest centre back. It's probably more secure for minutes and probably better for DEFCON, if we're being honest. So I think if I was going to go for a centre back, it would be Milenkovic. He just has more goal threat, and I know people are going to say Murillo gets more DEFCON. For me, DEFCON's a nice to have, but your bread and butter are clean sheets first and foremost, obviously, and then it's the goal threat. And if you want to compare the goal threat, Milenkovic had 4 XG last year and scored 5 goals. I think Murillo had 1 XG and scored 2 goals, so very easy there. And of course we have Mark Gu, just going to be the 4.5 for Sunderland. Not expecting massive things for him. I did begrudgingly move to 3-5-2 because I don't really like 3-5-2 usually, but if he starts and gets 2 pointers every time, that's more than we can ask for a 4.5. So that's the team. It's not locked in, probably going to change. I am a flip-flop, but that's how we're looking for now. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and drop any comments you have. and I'll be active until the deadline, as I'm going to be traveling up to Newcastle. So yeah, I'll be on the train in the afternoon. So if you have any questions, just hit me up. And good luck, and I'll see you guys soon.